I'm going to switch my. I'm sorry. So I'm going to switch myself to the dark side of. I'm going to tell you again. I'm going to switch myself to the dark side of myself. So, and the dark side, you can come. you can come to me. What? What is this? Yeah. I have heard of another myself. I have heard of another myself that, I have to introduce myself to you. And so how should I say? In most cases, I create some contents in Japanese language, and in most cases, the main in the introductions, in the introduction, or in the introductory parts of those contents, I say I have fallen to the dark side, and I use of course, I use Richard Gong as a name of online creators, but actually, or adult content creators, but actually, so I almost forgot my introduction. So I'm the dark side. Please understand. Please understand me, or please find me the dark side of Richard Gong. So this time I'm going to I have a brief time to introduce myself to you. So which means, so I take some minutes for introducing myself, and in this episode I'm thinking of introducing what kind of contents I create, and what kind of stuff I like. So first of all, the contents I create. So I create contents just like another myself, and was maybe he said he was or he is main personality, or the main characteristic, or the main humanity of this body. But actually, so I sometimes come up here, and I talk like this. So anyway, so maybe I think we are separated personalities each other, but actually maybe he knows what I have experienced and what I'm experiencing now. So, and contents I create. So I create contents I create are like, for example, I have created a content about how to torment other people, or other men until their suicide. For example, I create such kind of contents, and another content I have created is how to humiliate men, or how to humiliate masochistic men verbally, stuff like that. And I have created some lists of the example sentences of verbal humiliations, and I have created how to control people, stuff like that. Of course, the title is not how to control people. So in the case of the contents, I created two contents, and one which is how to control men, and another is how to control women. And I wrote similar stuff, and in which I wrote controlling manners, or how a psychopathic killer had used for controlling or manipulating people. And there was a serial killer, and who lived in a southern region of this country, and that serial killer forced the victims to kill each other, and those victims are of the same family members, or those victims are the members of the same family, which is a better expression, or which is a correct expression. There's such a killer. There was such a killer, and maybe he had to be executed, or he had to be executed as long as I can remember. And there was a book having written about how that serial killer manipulated those victims, because those victims are the members of the same family, which is why that serial killing, so that murder case was really astonishing, or really surprising for for the general public of this country. And I wrote the I and I read how that serial killer manipulated those people, and I learned the controlling manner, and I wrote that controlling or manipulating manner in those contents, which means, and maybe some people in this country read how to control people, and maybe there must be there are the small problems that there are some couples or some married couples divorce because women try to control or wives try to control their husbands in the manners that serial killer used. Anyway, there was such a story, there was such a case. Anyway, so I don't know whether my contents are related to that problem or those problems of the divorce cases. Anyway, so I create such contents and recent, not recent hobby, but actually, so generally speaking, I like watching people suffering from torments or suffering from problems or damages, stuff like that. So my recent fad, or I don't know whether it's proper to say that my recent fad or my recent hobby. But actually, so this is not hobby. Because I want to watch Ukrainian girls suffering from being raped by Russian soldiers. I'm recording this episode on the beginning of April in 2022, in which the war taking place between Russia and Ukraine has been prolonged or has lasted. And anyway, so we are in such a situation, and I wanted to, so which is why I really just after knowing the occurrence of the war between Ukraine and Russia. So I have been looking forward to watching beautiful and cute Ukrainian girls and women suffering from being raped by Russian soldiers. So which is why I have expected Russian soldiers. I have expected that Russian soldiers rape or massacre or harm Russian cute and beautiful Russian girls and Russian women, or not Russian ladies, but Ukrainian ladies or Ukrainian girls and Ukrainian women. So I'm going to tell you again. So I have been looking forward to watching Russian soldiers raping, harming, or subjugating or massacring cute Ukrainian girls and cute Ukrainian ladies, or beautiful Ukrainian ladies. And I have always wanted to watch those Ukrainian girls and those cute Ukrainian girls and those beautiful Ukrainian ladies suffering from such damages or such injuries wounds caused by Russian soldiers or Russian troopers. But I couldn't, maybe for now I haven't discovered such scenes, which is why if you have some kind of videos or some kind of audio contents are fine. If you have some kind of contents having recorded such scenes in which Ukrainian girls and Ukrainian ladies are raped or injured or wounded by Russian soldiers, please get in touch with me, and I'd like to listen to such scenes. And maybe for now, my introduction is over. So I'm going to pass this pass my own not my own control. I'm going to pass the control of this body to the main personality of my body. Or so yeah, this is also my body's, and I'm going to switch myself to Richard Gong. So for now, that's it. Thank you very much for your listening. See you. And first of all, thank you very much for your listening. And how was he? I could